Hello from the Music Interview Corner. It is a rainy and stormy November day in Helsinki, and I'm standing in front of the Jäähalli, the ice hall. Luckily I can go inside in a few minutes because we're gonna have an interview with the great Swedish band In Flames, with Anders, hi.
Hello.
And with Daniel, hi.
Hi.
Yeah, how is it for you guys to play tonight here in Helsinki?
It's great. We love being in Finland, so we're looking forward to it. The album's been out now for 1.5 months-ish, and it's great to be out and to finally be here.
Cool. And for you?
Yeah, as Andrew says, it's going to be awesome. We had really good experiences here. We played this ice hall a couple of times. We played the Hartwall Arena, and of course Tuska as well, which is a great festival. So
I saw you at Tuska, it was really great.
Yeah, only great memories.
As you said, your new album came out in September. It's your 12th studio album.
11th.
Yeah, 11th. Oh, sorry, it's...
There's an EP in between the two first albums.
Okay, and it's called Siren Charms. Yes. How did you experience the recording process?
Intense, fun, and it was just great to... I love being creative. I love being in the studio and starting with nothing and coming up with something that you feel 100% with. So it was great, but it was intense because this one took... we did it in 6 weeks, and the previous one, Sounds of a Playground Fading, we took 3 months. So it was a bit tougher and tighter. But I think that's the way, and we needed that motivation, and we needed that to create this album.
It was more stressful than ever. I only had 2 weeks to record all the drums, and everything wasn't finished. But it was a different experience, definitely, and it really kept me on the toes. And during these circumstances, I think I couldn't have done better, actually.
It sounds really good.
Yeah, I'm happy.
And would you say that your attitude or mindset or feelings with which you go into a recording session have changed over the years?
Yeah, of course. I mean, you're a different person. I guess you're not the same as you were 20 years ago. I don't even know how. No. So I mean, things changed, and obviously we have so much more experience these days. We know how to write songs so they transcend good from a studio to the live experience. That is something that we were not really aware of in the early days. When we came into the studio, you have all these possibilities to overdub a guitar, for instance, like 1 million times. It sounds heavy, but then you have to reproduce that live with only 2 guitar players, and it's not the same. So things have changed, obviously, and I think we've become more independent and believe in ourselves than when you start out. You want to sound like your idols, your heroes, or whatever, and after a while you find your own sound, and then you just elaborate with your own sound.
Mm-hmm. And who are your heroes?
These days?
Yes.
My mom and my dad.
Oh, good.
No, I mean, I don't have so many. I have a few people that I really admire in the music scene. It's Trent Reznor is one. I think he's an amazing producer, songwriter, and artist. I think Martin Gore from Depeche Mode is a very, very talented songwriter. And there are a lot of course, very good singers. But I don't think I take too much of what they do into what we do. But when you start out, it was so much heavy metal, and it was so much thrash and death music that you want to. It was a mishmash of all these genres that you put in, and that's why we sound the way we did in the beginning. But as I said, after a while you find your own sound, and you just want to perfect your own writing possibilities.
I think that worked out really well.
I'm happy. I wouldn't change a thing. I think everything that we've done in the past is fantastic and have led us up to who we are today. And I wouldn't change a thing.
And who were your heroes when you decided to become a musician yourself?
I listened a lot to the extreme death metal scene from Florida, mostly. And then after a while discovered like the new wave of British heavy metal. But I started out the extreme way, and those bands is the most influential for me when I started out. Nowadays it's everything, of course.
Siren Charms has a very cool cover artwork. It looks very interesting and also kind of scary to me. Who designed it?
Blake Armstrong. Also the same guy who made our In Flames comic book.
Ah, yeah, cool.
Which is called The Jester's Curse. The first part is out. Yeah. And he's actually a fan that we met. And he's become more than a fan now, obviously.
Cool.
A great guy and very talented.
Cool. And where can the people buy or order your comic book?
Through different selective stores and stuff like that. So.
Okay.
It's very cool. I mean, we're coming out with more stuff. But as Danny said, then he is a fan and he came to a show and just showed us some drawings and look what I have done, and we were all amazed, you know. But I gave him the lyrics for the album and told him sort of what direction I wanted to be, and he came up with the actual drawings and some concepts, and it turned out great.
Yeah, it looks as it could drown you into the deep or something.
I mean, it's you can look at it in two different ways. It could be either because you have the wings from the siren that's kind of absorbing this person or whatever it is, and it could be the very end of that person's day, or you can actually see it as a rebirth, someone coming out from something that's been very terrible, very bad, and then they have the chance to start over. So
it's not that scary anymore. That's good.
I mean, it depends on how you look at it. It could be both ways.
Mm-hmm. And do you have a favorite song on Siren Charms?
Now it's tough because we just play a few of them. Mm-hmm. So my focus is more on them, but I actually like the song Siren Charms the most, I think. It's a bit different from what we've done before, and it has some interesting drum parts that I really enjoy. So, but it's different, but right now it's Siren Charms, I guess.
Cool. And yours?
No, I can't choose. I like them all.
Okay.
I mean, to me, it's very important. I understand what Danny means. Like, there's certain parts which you are very proud of things way it turned out, you know. But to me, the whole album is more important as a whole. The way it's constructed is like there's a reason in Plain View is first. There's a reason Everything's Gone comes second, and there's a reason it ends with Filter Truth, because the dynamics to me, I know people are these days. There's a lot of downloading and it's streaming, and you make your playlists or whatever, and you jump from band to band. But when I give the album away to the record company, I want it exactly the way it's supposed to be.
This concept.
Yeah, because then I can just lean back and feel like I don't care what people say. I'm happy, you know. Hopefully people like it, but yeah.
I think they do.
But chart persistence is not everything, you know. It's about when we play tonight, will there be people in the audience? How happy are the people in the audience, and how is that working between you and them, and so on. So I think that's the most important thing.
Daniel, I've seen you have this tattoo here. This is from your favorite soccer club, right? Mm-hmm. Do you like to tell about that?
Yeah, I mean, this is my favorite team, IFK Gothenburg, and I'm more than a fan. It's like a handicap. I didn't.
It's on the hand? No?
Yeah, I didn't choose to be a supporter. I was born into it, and it's sometimes very tough. So this is my second wife, and this is my first wife.
Ah, okay, nice.
And this is causing troubles sometimes.
Oh yeah, is she jealous to this?
Yeah, it could happen.
Yeah, it's also when I mean, I'm a supporter as well to the team, but not in by far the way Daniel is, and if the team loses sometime, he can be extremely grumpy and angry, and I mean, obviously very professional, but it's emotional. It's something that is super emotional. But on the other hand, when they win, it's the opposite. So
yeah, I cross my fingers that they win the next time.
Yeah, it's off season now, so it's cool.
Yeah, and you have your own beer brand. It's called Frequency. How did this happen?
I'm interested. I'm interested in food. I'm interested in different drinks. It started with whiskey, and then I got into like tequila, fine tequila, and cognac and so on. But then obviously it's beer. It's been around us for a long time, and I've saw that there's something else behind the, you know, the normal or the usual lagers or pilsners, whatever. There's a whole scene out there with craft brewery, and it's been crazy big the last few years, and especially I think that scene started in America more than anywhere else. That boom, and so now it's whenever we tour and we have the chance to go to a brewery or to a nice bar, then we try it, you know. And so I'm just interested, and sort of the same with music. I was interested in music. I love music. I went to shows. I bought a lot of albums, and I bought a lot of beers. And I want to make beer, and I want to know how it's done. But I mean, Daniel's doing that as well. I got a beer brand, but he's brewing great things. I've tried his stuff, and he's doing that at home with friends. So it's I think we are both interested in cooking and food and all these things. I mean, why go through life and eat shit or drink shit? You should enjoy yourself, you know.
Of course, and I have heard that your bandmates Björn and Peter have an own restaurant in Gothenburg. Are they selling your beers there?
They have had my beers there. Probably will have Daniel's beer eventually.
What are your plans for the future?
Right. I mean, I don't want to think too far. We just released the album. This is the first tour, and we will continue touring as much as we can on this album, at least 2.5 years. And I mean, that's our main focus right now, and that's where I am. This is what we're going to do.
Yes, and all the best for you.
Thank you.
And thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, and goodbye from the Music Interview Corner.